What's going on, guys? It's Dave here, the evil redstone genius, coming back to you from my redstone lair. Today we are going to go ahead and make this melon pumpkin farm below me. This is an old design that we've seen several times before, where it was the two-module melon and pumpkin farm, where you would have the our pistons and sticky pistons facing, opposite ways, with the bud update to where every time a melon grew in the dirt spot, this would pop out and break it and drop it into the water stream. Now, the way I've modified this is I have three modules on each side, and this is infinitely expandable on either side. You can even stack them on top of each other and use the same water stream for this area, and then you'll need signs, obviously, to float the water to make them drop down. Now this right here, the way I've done this, I've actually made it more efficient and more compact than the old designs. I'm going to show you how I've done that. Now everything that you see in my inventory is all you're going to need to make this melon and pumpkin farm. Now the actual redstone bits, there isn't too many components for this one. There's going to be 6 repeaters on or 3 on either side. You're going to need 6 redstone blocks, 3 on either side. There's going to be redstone dust traveling from here to here, across these 3, and from here to here, same on either side. So there's not a whole lot of redstone to it. And obviously you're going to need 2 pistons for each module. So each module you want to build will need 2 pistons and 1 sticky piston. And that'll give you an idea for your numbers there. So, to build this exact design, we're going to start with our dirt blocks, and we are going to go 11 blocks over, straight across this way, and mirror it the same way on the other side at 11 blocks. Put a solid block behind the dirt blocks. You really don't have to. I actually think it's easier to do it that way. It'll give you a little bit of a better building room. What am I doing there? Making mistakes already. And then what we want is to put a repeater, or I'm sorry, a piston here, piston here. We will use a solid block there, a piston, a solid block, a piston, and a piston. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So piston, piston, solid block, piston, piston, solid block, a piston, and a piston. Now, between the gaps in the pistons themselves, we're going to put a backwards facing sticky piston on each side, and then your redstone block on your sticky pistons. Mirror that on the same side, or on the opposite side. Redstone blocks. Now we're going to put a block here, here, and here. And then we're going to put 3 blocks like this for each module. Now on here, we're going to put our repeaters. Our repeaters are going to face this way because they are going to power this block here. With this one, you're going to need the redstone dust here, and your repeater facing there. Then your block to be powered in front of that. Repeater and block. Redstone dust across the top of these 2, just like this. And as you can see, that redstone turned on. And for this one, we're going to have to carry the signal up. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to put a block here as a holder block, break that. And then we are going to put a half slab here. This needs to be a half slab because if not, this will pop out, power this block, which will power the redstone again, running it around, and make an infinite loop and keep it powered. It will never go back in, so it has to be a half slab. And then we're just going to put the rest of the redstone dust down, and you see how everything popped on. Now over here you can see I've left these red, and the reason for is these blocks have to be transparent blocks. So you can use whatever type of transparent block you want. I prefer to use glass in those. So always make sure that these are transparent blocks. Never put a solid block there. Again, you'll create an infinite loop and have the situation where it powers itself. So again, we're going to put our blocks down, put our 3 blocks over, and then our block out. So we have this shape here, repeater, repeater, and our block in front of there. We're going to build our little tower up. Did that backwards. Put that there. And again, redstone dust, repeater, redstone dust, half slab. Dust all the way across. And all pieces of redstone are now done. All redstone components are entirely completed. That's as simple as the redstone actually is for this build. And then we'll get into our second part here. Now, for our second part, you're going to need, obviously, melon seeds. You're going to need a hoe of your choice. Here, I prefer to use wrought iron bars. You can use iron bars, you can use gates, fences, you can use glass panes, or anything of that nature that's going to give you a straight line. You're going to need ice or compact ice. Ice is probably going to be easier for you to get. Compact ice works better. Ice is more readily accessible. You're going to need water. You're going to need at least 2 hoppers and 1 chest to finish this up. And the way this is going to work is we're going to put our hoppers. We're going to have a hopper that actually faces this way, so it feeds into the chest we're going to put here. So that needs to face into the chest, and then one right there. That's all we're going to need. Smack dab in the middle of this unit, all right, which is going to be here. We're going to break that block, put your ice in, and I actually forgot to grab myself a sign. And you want to put a sign here. Now what the sign is it breaks the water current. It's 2 single water streams, so you're going to need water streams, 1 here and 1 here. The ice does is if something falls in, it allows it to carry over and slide across and actually feed into the hoppers. If you didn't have ice there, that solid block, everything's going to get caught and it's not going to work. The rest of this, behind every backward piston, you're going to fill the soil, and you're also going to do that on every solid block. So basically every other one. You're going to do that on both sides. Now for melon, you just plant them, and yes, when you plant behind the backward ones, they are going to pop out like that. It is the update. And that now is a fully functional farm. From here, I'm going to let you know when you are decorating this, no matter what block you use, whether it's transparent or not, when you place a block here on any, or around any piston, it's going to update, which is going to cause the pistons to fire. So don't freak out, it's supposed to do that. And what that's for is so when a melon grows in one of the areas, or a pumpkin, so if a melon grows here, it gets broke. You see? So you are going to obviously want to put, you know, some type of decoration around it to keep the melons from flying out on those ends. But through the middle, like I said, you can use whatever type of block you want. That's either fence, fence gate, bars, glass panes, however you want to do it. Oh, see, breaking stuff again. Put the water back there. Now, the fence doesn't have to be on the glass here. I just use that as a starting point. But the fence is going to need to run all the way across the middle here. And not to that block, but right over the water. And what that does is every time you have that update, it's going to push the melon into the fence. And keep it in the water stream. That's how it's more efficient, and you actually get more loss, or less loss, I'm sorry. And that right there is the entire melon farm. Like I said, you can decorate it however you want. I did orange glass over this, and green over this, pumpkins, melons. And as you can see, I started this tutorial with an empty chest. That's what I pulled together in that short amount of time. So this is a very efficient farm and very simple to build. So you guys, this was Dave again. Have a good day and have one on me.